Welcome to this episode of NaturaLawn of America Franchise Spotlight. We're going to go to Bangor, Maine, and talk to Lance Cote, the relatively new owner of the Bangor, Maine NaturaLawn of America franchise. Lance, how you doing?
Doing great, Blaine. Thanks for having me today. Hopefully, we actually get spring up here in Bangor this year.
All right, great. Well, tell us a little bit about what drew you to NaturaLawn of America. How did you come across and hear about NaturaLawn of America?
Funny thing, I've been a customer of NaturaLawn of America for about 14 years. I had the previous franchise owner servicing my property. We established a relationship at that time. I own a landscaping company, so I was giving him referrals for Natural Lawn and having him do some of my commercial places. So the product has been fantastic. I've had great results over the years. So I started as a customer and a believer based on seeing other results around the town and what some of the competitors were doing and what Natural Lawn does. And my lawns always look the best. So it says a lot.
So then you took the step of wanting to be a NaturaLawn of America franchise owner. You went through the process of an application for ownership and then came to the home office for a validation day. Can you talk a little bit about what that was like?
That was great because although I had interest, I wanted to make sure that was something that I definitely wanted to buy into. Got to meet with you and Phil and Jesse and Teresa, and that was a pretty good day. Hearing from Phil, especially like how Natural Lawn got started, what he does, what the products do, and being somebody who had the service for many years. Now I kind of had a little history as to what the products were doing, seeing the results, and it's all about results in the business. So I had great results, but the way Phil talked about starting Natural Lawn and what he went through to create the products and create Natural Lawn of America was great to hear, and that was something that I wanted to buy into.
And he's referencing Phil Catron, our founder and president, and then his two children, Jesse Catron, senior vice president, Teresa Smith, of senior vice president. Were you surprised at the amount of support that you were going to receive, not only through the onboarding process, but through the life of your franchise?
Yeah, so as soon as the paperwork was signed, it was a little bit late in the season. I mean, we started last May, but in the last couple of weeks of April, I had some FBCs come up. So it wasn't just one; it was a couple. It was for a couple of weeks. We did a lot of training. It was a busy part of the season, so we had a lot of juggling to do. But listen, I was on the phone at night with an FBC every night, probably for, I don't know, the first 30 days. At nighttime, in the morning, when we were on at the owners meeting, I had an FBC at my side answering any question that I had.
All right. What's your favorite part about being an owner or owning a NaturaLawn of America franchise so far? You're now going into your second full season.
Right. Obviously getting to meet more new people, seeing I treat stuff. So I'm a technician too. So I get out and get to see parts of the state that I've never seen before. But the results, like I can tell lawns that have had aeration and seeding versus the lawns that haven't. So it really shows the what we do pays off, and the results that people get, and that's what you pay for. Like anybody can treat a lawn, but can you get results? And we do.
And plus, we're environmentally friendly, pet and family friendly, which I know a lot of people like that differentiator versus the other.
That's usually the start of the conversation. That's the people call because they're going to say, I have kids, I have dogs, I have pets, and it sounds like they're great for my yard. So that's the starter conversation, and then we can fill the sale from there.
Any advice you'd give to someone that is potentially looking at becoming a NaturaLawn of America franchisee?
Well, first of all, I'd give my recommendation. As far as advice, do your homework. Make sure you're ducks are in a row as far as your financials. I wouldn't be afraid to call other franchisees and talk to them and ask them questions. But there's a lot of support. I had a great crew that I just went through owners training with, and we chat quite a bit and talk and make texts and ask each other questions. So it's not just FBCs, it's other franchise owners. And I think it's a great system. It's already done for you, so you don't have to recreate the wheel. If you want to get into a program like Natural Lawn of America, I think you should highly consider it.
All right. Well, Lance, we wish you much success in the future, and I want to thank you for joining Natural Lawn of America Franchise Spotlight, and we will talk to you real soon.
We're doing big things, so I had to buy a big hat.
All right. I love it. There he is. All
Big
right.
things in
Take care.
Bangor. All right. See you, Blaine.
Take care, Lance.